All right, Larry Kruger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er update as we go through all the news and notes connected to the Niners on this Friday, February the 21st. And we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Go get some brisket chili. It's all amazing. The pulled pork, the barbecue chicken. It's all fantastic. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Get some brisket chili. Tell them that Larry Kruger sent you. All right, let's take a look at the stories connected to the 49ers on this Friday. And, it's interesting because the 49ers, it's kind of a slow time of year for sure. And there's not tons and tons of stories connected to the Niners out there right now. But like every day of the week, there always are a few. So let's get right into it. One of the significant happenings today is that Devondre Campbell, ex-Niner linebacker, went on social media and just blasted the fans and blasted his critics and went on a profanity-laden social media rant after he quit on the Niners this last year. We could read a couple of them, I guess. His one of his tweets: "They get mad when they can't successfully troll you. I'm a real blank. You can't get under my skin. My life is great. I get on here, say whatever I want. I log off and go on with my day while y'all sit here mad. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great Friday." Then he said, some people were like, "Are you going to address the fact that, how you left the Niners, you walked away, you quit on the team?" He says, "I'm not addressing S. I'm rich and never have to work another day of my life. And I told Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch that when they FaceTimed me and begged me to come out there an hour after Green Bay cut me. I really be sparing blank. I play because I want to. Listen, I'm sick of all you B ass blank jumping under my tweets. It's been 2 months and I've yet to address the situation because I know the truth and I don't care to clear anything up. I'm by myself all the time. If you have any of them, blank, blank, blank from the 49ers, feel some. Whatever. Nothing changed. No tweet can change the facts of this story, which was the 49ers made an ill-advised decision to invest in a linebacker who was past his prime. They wanted him to fill Dre Greenlaw's shoes when Dre Greenlaw was out. And when Dre Greenlaw got healthy, they wanted him to move aside. He didn't fill his shoes. He played horribly. He was one of the worst defensive players on the team all year. He cost them countless games. Geno Smith ran right by Devondre Campbell for a touchdown on the game-winning Seattle drive at Levi's. It was Kyler Murray that ran right by Devondre Campbell for a 50-yard touchdown. He didn't have any speed. He had no lateral agility. Couldn't play anymore. And as soon as the 49ers got real with him and told him, "Hey, man, we're going back to another guy. We're going back to Dre Greenlaw," he went AWOL and started acting unprofessionally, which is exactly what he did in Green Bay. So, he was an unhappy player. It was an ill-advised signing. You don't want to go for a bunch of veterans who don't understand your culture. I don't think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch begged him to come, because I don't even think we know he wasn't their first option. They wanted Kendricks. And Kendricks said, "No, I'm going to go play for Mike Zimmer in Dallas." And then the Niners went on to plan B. What they should have done was just fill the thing in the draft or off the street with an undrafted free agent. Instead, they wanted, more certainty, and they went for Campbell, and he didn't provide any of that certainty. And then they had to say goodbye. He refused to go in the game. That is almost unprecedented. John Lynch kicked him off the sideline. The Niners would have released him, but then he could have gone somewhere else. They didn't want him to go somewhere else. They wanted him to feel the pain of what he did, quitting on his team, and so they just let him sit till the end of the year, and then they officially released him. I think he's probably done. Whatever. Sometimes we'll say blankety blank was a good Niner. Devondre Campbell was not a good Niner. Let's move on to story number 2. The Saints are hiring Brandon Staley as their defensive coordinator. This is according to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. Brandon Staley's got a brand new home. The former Chargers head coach and former Niner assistant is going to join Kellen Moore in New Orleans. Now, Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley worked together with the Chargers, and they're reunited now in the Big Easy in New Orleans. And for New Orleans, they're looking for a defensive coordinator, and it's late in the process, and there are not a lot of great names out there, so they go with Staley. So Brandon Staley has a home, and it's funny. This is the way the NFL works. Guys hire their friends, and they keep hiring their friends and people they know. Kellen Moore knew him from L.A., and so he brings him to New Orleans now that he's the head coach. So Brandon Staley officially has a new job with the New Orleans Saints. Interesting release today. The Bears told veteran tight end Gerald Everett that they plan to release him. And this is a move that's going to free up $5.5 million in salary cap space. I love this player, and I have for a long time, and I think he would be a great free agent signing for the 49ers. Now, Niners need to sign a free agent probably at tight end. Tommy Tremble is out there, really like him, but Everett might be a little cheaper, and I think he's an excellent tight end, too, possibility for the 49ers. He's played in a similar system. He's really athletic. I think he's got a good body for the game, so I think he's got, plenty of years ahead. I think that would be a really good addition. So that was interesting. Gerald Everett officially is a free agent. And will he come to the Niners? Only time will tell on that. Free agency begins officially on March the 12th. John Lynch, we found out today, is scheduled to speak at the NFL Combine. Now we know exactly when. It's going to be Wednesday. Will be his first media appearance since the end of the season presser in early January. He'll talk to reporters at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. This is February the 26th. Now, the NFL announced his media availability at the Combine. Kyle Shanahan is not scheduled, and he's not expected to attend. So that's the latest word. There were some reports that Shanahan was going to attend the Combine, but the latest is that he will not be attending the Combine. It's been a while since the Niner coaches have gone to Indy for the Combine. What is the meaning of, or what's the importance of this? Well, I mean, obviously the Niners need to hit in the draft. They have to have a big draft. But you know what? That Kyle Shanahan is less involved in the draft prep is probably a good thing. I get the sense, and I don't know this for sure, but I get the sense that Kyle's a little hit and miss when it comes to his likes and dislikes personnel-wise. He's an awesome offensive coach. I mean, his offense produces, people who criticize Kyle Shanahan are fools. His offense produces points all the time. This year, without Christian McCaffrey, without Ayuk, all kinds of games missed by Trent Williams, and still 49ers, as far as yards, were one of the top offenses in football. So Kyle Shanahan's offense works. He's a great play caller. He's a great play designer, a great play sequencer. He's a ruthless, play caller as far as isolating, getting a conflict defender and just picking on him. And he's a really good offensive coach. Now, is he a great personnel guy? Probably not. Probably not. It's rare that you have both those skill sets. And so you know what? If the Niners want to lean on Lynch and Tariq Ahmad and R.J. Gillen and their scouting staff, it's probably the better way to go, to be completely honest. So it's not a big deal to me that Kyle Shanahan is not going to go to Indianapolis for the Combine. Also late breaking this afternoon, a statement from Jaguars owner Shad Khan. He says, "It's my honor to introduce James Gladstone as the new general manager of the Jacksonville Jaguars." So what does that mean? That means that, the 49er the 49er personnel executive, Josh Williams, who interviewed for that job, did not get it. And thus the 49ers will not get 2 third-round picks, but they will retain Williams, who they really like as a front office and player personnel evaluator. And Josh is going to be a general manager at some point. He's just getting started. And I think he's going to be a very, very good general manager in time. But James Gladstone is the general manager in Jacksonville, replacing Trent Baalke. I thought it was maybe going to be Josh. I thought there was a chance it would be Ethan Waugh, since Waugh led the search. But it's James Gladstone, who's the new general manager of the Jaguars. And Williams is back with the 49ers. And there's also one other point, or one other note that I saw today. I saw online a sports publication called Sports Grid, and they went through the top 50 free agents that are slated to hit the market on March 12th. And they went right down the list of that they view the top 50 free agents, and they matched them with teams. They had Mooney Ward leaving the 49ers and signing on with the New York Giants. And they had Dre Greenlaw leaving the Niners for the Rams. For the Rams. No, say it's not so. Man, I really don't want to see Dre Greenlaw leave, and I really don't want to see Dre Greenlaw stay in the division and play with the Rams. So, I mean, the Rams have a really good defensive front. They got some really exciting defensive players. The last thing they need is just an all-world stud linebacker with tremendous heart and toughness and violence in his game in Dre Greenlaw. But according to Sports Grid, Greenlaw to the Rams, Mooney Ward to the Giants. Now, they also had the Niners signing 2 free agents as well. Rasul Douglas, cornerback for Buffalo, who played in Philly before that. He's had a couple of stops, kind of a bigger corner. That was one of the guys they had linked to the Niners. And the other one I think is really interesting is Tevin Jenkins. Tevin Jenkins played at Oak State. He's a road grader, big physical road grading guard / tackle. I mean, he's not a left tackle. He might be a right tackle. I think he's probably best at guard. But he's young. He's young. He's got a ton of talent. And as I said, he's a road grader. He's wide. He's strong. He has a hard, you have a hard time not getting blocked by this guy when he's on his game. He's had some health issues, but if he's healthy, I really like that name, Tevin Jenkins. Rasul Douglas, not as much. I would rather see them go with DJ Reed. They're going to go with the secondary guy, maybe Javon Holland. But Sports Grid says Rasul Douglas, the cornerback from Buffalo, will sign with the Niners, and Tevin Jenkins, the offensive guard for the Bears, also will sign with the Niners, according to Sports Grid. But bye-bye Greenlaw and bye-bye Mooney Ward. Oh, don't want to hear that. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Get some brisket chili. Tell them that Larry Krueger sent you. And thanks to all you guys for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.